But you can never walk alone.
You can never walk alone on the way to being free.
Where are you? But you can never walk alone on the way to being free. Where are you?
Hey, what's up guys, my name is Vinith and you're watching Feed IDs, and in this video we're going to review the Noise Play 2 action camera. Now I've been using this one since last 1 month. There are a couple of things that psyched me to review this one. First being it has a touchscreen, second it has electronic image stabilization, and third it has external mic support. And the most important part is they all come under 10,000 rupees price bracket, which is amazing. Now before jumping into the video, if this is your first time on my channel, then don't forget to subscribe and drop a like if this video helps you in any way. Now we can roll the intro.
Where are you? But you can never walk alone on the way to being free. Where are you? Where are you?
Thanks to amazing guys at GoNoise for sending me this review unit. And even though this is a review unit, it's not gonna influence my opinion in any way, and this is going to be an unbiased review like any other video of mine. The company has sent me two different packages. The first one contains the camera, which costs 10,000 rupees, and the second, which looks like a carry case that also has accessories, and it costs 2,000 rupees. Now let's first see what's there inside the camera box. Opening up the box, the first thing that you'll get is a Noise Play 2 action camera. Later you get documentation which could be very helpful if this is your first encounter with an action camera. Then you get 1200 mAh battery, then type A to mini USB cable, and that's pretty much it. The second box, the carry case, contains a waterproof and shockproof housing for the camera, various brackets and 3M tapes to fix those brackets, more mounts and arms. And later you get the Class 10 Samsung 16GB memory card. Class 10 is quite necessary to record 4K like content because it requires higher writing speed, which can be achievable using the Class 10 cards. Going back the content of these two packages, company should have sold this as a single package because they all complement each other. But hey, you get an option to purchase each and every accessory separately. All the purchase links are in the description box below. Moving to the design and camera specification, it comes with a 16 megapixel sensor with f2.8 aperture. It has electronic image stabilization. We'll touch base on that on the later part of this video. It can record videos from 720p to 4K at different frames per second combinations. On the left side of the camera sensor, you get a power button which can be used to switch between modes as well. On top of that, you get two LEDs. At the back, you get a 2-inch touchscreen display and a back LED. At the top, you get a shutter button which can be used to record video or shoot a photograph, and it is accompanied by a single LED. Various LEDs represents notifications for different modes. Here's a list that explains all of it. You can pause the video if you want. On the right side of the camera, you get mini USB port that can accept the charging, and it is also used to support the external microphone. But if you use the external camera for motovlogging, then you have to put a hole through that waterproof housing that actually turns this camera vulnerable against water. You also get a mini HDMI port that can be used to stream the content on a bigger display. You get a micro SD card slot that can accept the card up to 128 GB. But remember, Class 10 for better and seamless recording. At the bottom, you get a standard tripod mount and a place where you can pop in the battery. To turn on the camera, you have to press the power button for 3 seconds. You can use the same button to power off the camera, also to switch between modes. To record a video or to click a photo, you can use the shutter button at the top. For all other functions, you can use the touch screen to navigate through menu and the settings. Swipe left on the home screen to switch between photo, video and playback mode. In playback mode, you can play the recorded content from the SD card. In the settings menu, you get two main options. First is to change settings for the mode that you're into, like image or video. And the second category is to control other settings related to the system. In mode settings for image, you can control various parameters like shutter speed, white balance, sharpness, ISO, color tones, or you can even click raw images that can store a lot of information which can be useful in post-production edit. In video mode setting, you can adjust resolution at various FPS combinations. Change furthermore to slow-mo and time-lapse. You can adjust the aspect ratio, exposure, bitrate, contrast, color profile. You can also switch on the bike mode that will actually trigger the EIS, which will compensate and reduces vibrations for a smooth footage. This is something that can be found in very few other cameras that falls into same price range. You can use loop recording setting to instruct the camera to record a video for a specific time interval. You can also change mic sensitivity. In the system settings, you can turn on or off quick record. That comes handy when you don't have to manually turn on the camera. You just have to press the shutter button once. The camera will boot up and start the video recording automatically. Using the rotation settings, you can choose to rotate the output when you mount the camera upside down. You can change the settings for the LED and on-screen display. Auto off interval is something that you can set that will turn off the camera if it is not used for a certain amount of time. You can change date and time, language, and you can also change the frequency of playback. Options are just limitless here. One other thing that I think is missing is to change the field of view. I don't find any option over there, and which leaves a fisheye effect on the output, mostly on the photos. You can do some basic stuff from the quick settings. Swiping down from the top on the home screen will get you to the quick settings. You can control the Wi-Fi on the camera. That will basically help you to connect with the app. You can lock the screen right away to save the battery. You can lock the exposure value. You can turn the bike mode on and off, or the last option allows you to switch off the camera instantly. When you put the camera inside the housing, you obviously cannot use the touchscreen, so that limits you to just use the power and shutter button. For all other actions, you need to have access to the touchscreen. One of the alternatives for this limitation is you can use the camera application. To avail this facility, you can download the Play 2 application from Android Play Store. For iPhone users, you're out of luck this time. But the company is releasing a compatible app really soon. At least that's what they claim. There are several things that you can do with this application. Connection process is fairly simple. You just have to turn on the Wi-Fi on the camera from the quick settings. That will basically turn this camera into a Wi-Fi hotspot. Go to Wi-Fi settings on your phone, find the Play 2 option, just tap on it. If this asks you for a password, just put 8 zeros. Open the app, now you get a live stream from the camera. This live stream comes very handy and useful when you mount a camera at a certain position where you don't have access to the actual screen or you don't know what exactly the camera is recording. One of the other stuff that you can do with this application is to surf the SD card content. You can even download the content on your phone. You can change the mode of the camera from photo to video, change various values like aspect ratio, resolution, shutter speed, etc. Now let's take a look at some of the samples from this camera. The image and video quality has come out really well. I especially like the output of 1080p at 60 fps. The footage looks amazing. What actually impressed me is the EIS or a bike mode on this camera that gives you a smooth footage even when your camera is shaking. So if the GoPro is out of your budget, then this camera could be a good alternative. It comes with 1 year manufacturing warranty which you can claim by contacting the company on their website. Coming to the battery backup, with full charge I could record 1080p footage for 1 hour and 20 minutes. With high resolution like 4K, this backup time could be less. With 5V 1A charger, it took me slightly more than 1 hour to charge this battery from 0 to 100%. Well, if you ask me, this camera offers a lot for the pricing. It has 4K recording, stabilization, external mic support and touchscreen. I'm sorry I couldn't test the external mic support because I have ordered 2 microphones from Amazon and they both were stuck in the courier. I don't know what the problem is, but for that reason I couldn't have test results for the same. But in future, if I get an opportunity, then I'll surely make a video on that. So in case you have decided to purchase this camera, there are purchase links in the bio. You can use them to help my channel without an extra cost. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. Like this video if this helped you, share it with your friends who are actually planning to buy an action camera, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. This has been Vinith, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.